Okay, so the first concept that we're going to learn today is the equation of a line given a slope and a point. So the first thing that you need to remember with every line, the equation is y is equal to mx plus b. So that is the most important thing that we're going to learn from this unit. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how to create an equation if I give you the slope and the y-intercept. So suppose I give you this problem. The slope of a line is 2 and the y-intercept is 5. Then your basic equation for it is always going to be y is equal to mx plus b. Now, the thing is, they tell us that the slope of the line is 2. That is m. So we can write this as y is equal to 3x. But now we have to figure out what our y-intercept, our starting value is. In this case, it says our starting value is 5. So because it's positive 5, because it says 5, this really means positive 5. So we're going to write plus 5 as our answer. So now let's imagine I give you an equation where I say the slope is 5 and the y-intercept is negative 5, right? Remember your equation for every line is y is equal to mx plus b. And then all we're going to do is we're going to substitute what we know directly in. In this case, we know our slope is 5. That is our m value. So that means we can write y is equal to, well, 5x. And now it says that our start value or y-intercept is negative 5. So we're going to write minus 5 as our final answer for our b value. And that is how we come up with our basic equations. So let's say that I give you a situation where you have this. Suppose I say find the line if m is 2 and there is a point 5, 7 on the line. Now, how the heck would I find that? So you got to remember that we always start with y is equal to mx plus b, right? You know that m is 2, so we're going to take the m and we're going to place that where we're going to put 2 where x is, okay? And here's the hard part. The key idea is to replace anywhere where I have x with the 5 and 7 goes to where the y is. Okay, so remember, anytime we go and like draw some points, we always use x and y, and those are those points. And what we're going to do is we're going to shove that into our equation. So once we do that, there's only going to be one letter left to work with, and I'll show you how that works. So you're going to plug in 7 in for y equals, well, the m was 2, so we're going to put 2 in. Then we're going to put a bracket, and we're going to put where our 5 was for x. And then all that's left is our b value. Now, here is the hard part. Once you have done that, all you have to do is you're going to take 5 and 7, multiply them together, and you're going to get 10. So that means 7 is equal to 10 plus b. Now, you notice that red 10. That red 10 has to be moved over to the other side here. If it's positive 10, it becomes negative 10 when we move it to the other side. So in this case, we have 7 minus 10 is equal to b. Now, what that does is it will allow us to figure out what the original b value was for this equation that we have up here. So now, your final answer is, well, b is equal to 7 minus 10, which is negative 3. So you would say, so remember the equation was y is equal to mx plus b, but we know that m was 2, so we're going to write 2x, and then our b value is minus 3, and we just substitute that in, and that is our final equation, and we're done. That's it. No more. Okay? So just a quick recap. The first thing that we have to do is we start with y equals mx plus b. Number 2, we substitute. We sub our x, our y, and our m value into our equation. And then we move all the numbers to one side and get b by itself. And then we restate the equation as y is equal to 2x minus 3.